Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Sparky.
And Salty and Chip.
We're at 30,000. Did we talk about that?
We did.
Did
yeah,
we? Okay.
We did.
It's the, what do you call it? Talking. The Vicodin.
The, you should get your tooth fixed.
I should get my tooth fixed. I probably, what did Nate say? He's like, you're the, like, most unhealthy, fit person I've ever met in my life. Faux tough guy Vin. Hey, watch out for those faux tough guy Vin shirts. Anyway, we're doing Trivium from the record The Sin in the Sentence.
The Heart from Your Hate.
Yeah, this came out, this is their most recent record.
I think so.
And so this should be interesting. The Heart from Your Hate, interesting title of a song. So
Feel interested?
Huh?
That makes me feel interested.
Does it? Why?
Okay.
When everything repeats, it's easier to cut us down and point our defeat. It's easy to be right when everything repeats. Dig below the surface, find your insecurities. Tell me, maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, but I've been silent for far too long. Maybe you were right, maybe I should go, but I've been silent for far too long. What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? What will it take? What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? To rip the heart from your hate. Face it, your distance from reality won't bury or erase it. I tried to do the same, living so complacent, but the problems wouldn't go away, so I turned around to face them. Tell me, maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, but I've been silent for far too long. Maybe you were right, maybe I should go, but I've been silent for far too long. What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? What will it take? What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? I was wrong, but I've been silent for far too long. What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? What will it take? What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? What will it take to rip the heart from your hate?
Okay. That, folks, I really like his voice. That right there.
You do?
I do.
Well, I like Cardi B.
I know you do. We all know. I would combine, I don't even know if it would sound good together, but if you put his voice with that, in this moment,
Girl.
yeah, I would be like losing my mind.
Hot fun, yeah. Why do you like the voice? Is it like, does it have like
It
a
has
country?
a sound
does it have
to
a
it
country
that's
feel
like,
to it?
oh, maybe it does. I don't know. I like the. What do you want me to answer this? Or
Yeah,
not?
go ahead.
It was like, you guys are gonna be upset when I explain it. It was trendy and manly sounding at the same time, but I feel like saying the word trendy is gonna upset people. But I like.
You mean modern? What the
I
heck
don't
does
know.
that mean?
I don't know. You remember how you used to have those jeans, and I was like, oh, those are really trendy.
Those are really trendy jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what trendy actually means to me. It just means that I like it and I feel like it's
Cool.
like, yeah, I guess has a kind of a cool sound to it. That's one that I would turn up in my car and I wouldn't feel like a weirdo or something.
That's a really catchy riff.
Okay, yeah, I really liked it. Okay, I give the song a pretty high rating and I really liked it. It was a bit like, I was like, okay, we're gonna say anything else? I did want him to say something different. Like, I felt like we got stuck on the line, like, to rip the heart from your hate was really interesting because it wasn't like rip the hate from your heart.
Right,
It's like,
it should be the other way around.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And so the first, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times that he said, I was like, cool. And then the last one, I was like, I still love the sound
a
of it.
little repetitive.
But I was like, I just think we could have been a little bit more creative. But I can't dock it because I loved the sound of it. And I really liked the music video with the black and the red.
Yeah.
That was cool looking.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I always say, I always like a video when it's just a band.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite
yeah.
videos.
You know what else I realized? I think I really like the drums. I know I said this before, but like as it progresses, I'm really thinking that and it's so surprising to me because I didn't know that I like drums.
Yeah.
But at the end, was it drums and bass at the same time? The last few notes that rung out.
It's pretty much always drums and bass.
Okay, that's just
the rhythm section.
Okay, at this phase of my life, that's what I like.
It's called the rhythm section.
Okay, I love that rhythm section. Yeah, that was really cool.
It was a little repetitive. I mean, like based on all the breadth of music that we're being exposed to,
right? And
the lyrical. You know, the last couple days it's been, we had the Vector song, we had the I Speak Astronomy, which was brilliant lyricism. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of diversity in metal, man.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't have said that this was heavy. It was metal, though. In my opinion, I would say it was metal, but it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was heavy as hell, but it carried itself well, I thought.
But so here's the thing, like in the last couple days, this song is the most practically useful song. So like all the ones we've been looking at for the last couple days have been like very, oh wow, and the space shit from Vector, that's amazing. But this song, as far as like on terra firma, this song is very, very practical. Because what do you think the song is about?
I just thought it was they were in a relationship and he's leaving the relationship and then he's saying maybe you were right, but he never really said what he needed to say in the relationship. He kept it quiet, and so I don't know. It's easier to cut us down and point at our defeat. It's easy to be right when everything repeats. Dig below the surface, find your insecurities. I almost kind of felt like what he was saying was, listen, I'm not the only problem. Like, you have some insecurities here. And on top of that, it's so easy to point out my situations.
Well, it says right there, like, it seems like the Sin in the Sentence is like a, I think it's like a thematic record. I don't think it's a concept record, but I think it's a thematic record of, like, being judged in how people handle, actually how people handle sin. Mm-hmm. So like the first song we did from them, Sin in the Sentence, was how people in society handles sin, and here it seems like this is how people in relationships handle the sin of the other person. Because here it says, you always walk away, soon you'll have to face it. See, distance from reality won't bury or erase it. I try to do the same, living so complacent, but the problems won't go away. So it's like you're in a relationship with a person and they just walk away, they'll never deal with the issue, and then they're always blaming the other person. So it's like, it's a very hard way to run a relationship, obviously, if all you're gonna do is talk about what the other person did. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta kind of find a way to, because if you don't want a relationship with a person, then sure, just do whatever. You say whatever you want.
I mean, with us, I don't like to talk about it, but you always try to make us talk,
Well,
so,
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You can say it.
You don't have any hate in your heart for dear old me.
Vinny.
Dear old Vincent.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but since you brought it up. But yeah, you like to distance yourself from issues. But what's interesting is
it just takes so much out of you to talk about it.
You don't really blame. You don't come after me. Like, I'm not the person that you judge. You judge yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you very rarely say, Vin, you son of a bitch, you suck here.
Right.
Like, you always feel bad about yourself, and then, like, you won't.
Yeah.
Like, it took you.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to say anything to you because I don't want you to know how shitty I feel about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I already feel like whatever, and then have to express it out there and put it out there, then I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
like
somehow I think that you don't. Maybe I think, well, it'll bypass him. You won't know.
I had to actively work on getting you to express what you were mad about with me and be mad. So like this doesn't necessarily work for us relationship wise.
Yeah.
Because it's you have. I mean, now it's almost like you have the hate in your heart for yourself, and then so it makes it hard to have like good, meaningful, fruitful conflict.
But I've been trying to work on like I don't know if it's positive thinking, but because I always feel like that's all like fake when it's just I'm powerful, but what do I always say? I'm
valuable
and I'm valuable. I don't do that, but like kind of like like when that thought comes in, like oh blah blah blah, something negative about myself, I'm like, okay, now I'm not gonna just sit here and just ingest that. I'm like, I'm gonna think about the facts. I've been doing a good job editing. You know what I mean? God made me in His image. Like going through the different things like that. but honestly, like when you feel kind of in a bad mood, and then like you hear, like this thought, you're an idiot or something like that, instead you're like, oh, you're stupid or whatever, and then you just, yeah, you are an idiot, and you like say it to yourself. It kind of feels better than saying, no, you're not. Let's work through the, you know what I mean? It's much easier to just say, yeah, it's true, because then you can feel bad for yourself for being an idiot. What? Why'd you leave me like that?
Okay.
Okay, anyway, let's move on to the song. I really liked it. You've got me up too late now.
Maybe you were right. Maybe I was wrong. But I've been silent for too long. It is interesting. Like if you're the bad party in a relationship, like I don't know. Like I've observed relationships where like there's a bad guy.
Like literally, or there's somebody who thinks they're the bad guy.
No, like I don't know about literally.
There's a difference.
But there's been a lot of times where, and in religious communities, it's kind of like this. Like, there's one person that's like the spiritual one, the other one's like the bad guy, and so like they're always getting dogged on because, and that's what it says like right here when it says it's easy to be right when everything repeats because you're in an echo chamber.
Oh.
People like echo chambers, where they hear what they want to hear all the time. People want our channel.
See, that's not what I thought it was.
People want our channel to be an echo chamber.
It's not gonna be.
I refuse.
I thought he was saying. It's easy to be
right when everything repeats. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's easy to be right when everything repeats because, let's say he's doing something, Let's say he's doing something and then like the lifestyle is the same for him because of the line of work that he's in, and he keeps slipping up and doing the same thing. So it's easy to be right when everything repeats. Like, well, it's the same. So then she's like, I knew that was going to happen. Well, let's say if the last time it happened, he was like, okay, it's not going to happen anymore. She's like, I know it's going to happen again. And then it happens again. Like, I knew it. I was right. Well, it's because
he's in a cycle. Yeah. He's in a cycle of he's in a cycle of fucking up. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. So basically,
it's easy to cut us down and point at our defeat.
He's in a constant cycle of failure. Right. Basically. So yeah. See, if I was in that situation, it's like...
Then he says, dig below the surface, find your insecurities.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. The only thing that I was thinking of was if, you know how you always say the rock's
Star lifestyle. Yeah.
Star lifestyle. So like if he goes out, you know, with girls and it keeps happening, and then she's like, I know you're gonna do it, and then he's like, well, it's easy because it repeats. But then he's turning and saying, because I've seen it before where the guy is talking, you know, like when you're watching interviews and stuff, and he thinks that it's the girl's problem. Like, well, she's insecure. Or like this is what we do. Remember that guy, Vlad? Was it Vlad?
Oh, Vlad TV, the rapper. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that.
Well, what do you think they're talking about?
Well, it could be.
Why is he saying find your insecurities?
Well, because I think it's like I said, like you have an echo chamber where everybody's repeating that you're right all the time, and I think people take roles in relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that people can get stuck in like being in a perpetual apology mode in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And if a person's in a perpetual apology, like that's one of the things that and you can edit this out of you, but like I fight against that a lot with you, where it's like, oh, I'm a screw up, or I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, sorry, stop it. Mm-hmm. You know, like let's get out of that so that we can deal with the issue. But there is a lot of relationships where people like that. They like the person saying that they're a screw up because then, you know, it gives you power and control over them. And if you were to look at your own,
weird. It just seems like it'd be annoying.
What?
I said it's just weird. I understand that there's relationships like that, like, but it's a weird thing. Like, it seems like it would just be annoying to hear somebody say that all the time.
Well, it puts you in a powerful position, and if you were to look at your own, you know, issues, your own insecurities, and you no longer have that power over that person. Mm-hmm. But it's what are you trying to accomplish in the relationship? Like, are you really trying to build and go somewhere with this person? Or do you just want somebody that you perpetually have power and influence over, like, all the time?
Seems like that would get old.
I don't know.
I guess it doesn't.
A lot of people feed off that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Strange. But yeah.
So, like, the concept of hate is a very interesting thing to me. I was in a conversation with this guy, and he was, like, extremely angry and, like, fuck you, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you sound really angry. He's like, you condescending motherfucker. Like, and I was looking back, I'm looking at the situation, and I'm like, this guy, to him, his whole world is crumbling around him. Mm-hmm. And he's looking at, he's channeling all of his feelings of powerlessness onto me. Mm-hmm. And it gives him a sense that he's back in control. So like, when these guys were marching, you know, the tiki torches, and they were marching down in Virginia. Remember when that girl got ran over by the car and all that? All the racist people were coming down with the torches.
Oh, yes.
You remember what they were saying? You will not replace us.
Yes.
So there's like this fear of like losing your position. Mm-hmm. So the hate was giving them that sense of control and power back. So hate a lot of times gives people a feeling that they're in control and they're powerful again.
I'd agree with that.
Because there's a fear of loss of control, so then you convert that fear into hatred, so that you can it's a more masculine, powerful emotion, so that you can take it back. You know, that's why I always say, like, you know, in 1 John, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's fear. You know, perfect love casts out fear. Right. Because fear has to do with torment. So, like, it's very interesting. Like, you could be in a relationship with a person who actually hates you. And they're in that situation because you're a constant fuck up in their head, and they've convinced you that you're a constant fuck up. So then you're always trying to please them, and then it's just this control dynamic.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that sounds miserable. What should somebody do in a situation like that?
Get the fuck out.
What if you have kids?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very deep topic. We should probably do a podcast on that situation.
Yeah, we should.
But on the other side, like, if you have,
we're gonna have a podcast.
If you're in a situation, if you like and the other question is, what if you're in a situation where a person is constantly like doubting themselves and hates himself?
Right.
and basically wants you to control them. You gotta, if you love the person, you gotta work on saying no. Like, let's do this together type of thing. What do you give the song?
9.7.
9.7. Yikes. 8. It's an 8. It's an 8 for me.
Did you like the vocals, or were they meh to you?
I think the guitar worked the best.
So do you like the vocals? That was the actual
The vocals
question.
were good.
You do like them?
I think that this is. I've only heard them twice, but I think like.
Did their last song sound like this? I don't remember it like sticking in my head. So, but this is gonna stick in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, vocally he sounded like this.
Really?
But that
I wonder why.
he didn't have a catchy line.
Is that what it was?
Like that line's gonna stay with you, the heart from your hate, because
Yeah.
it's-
Why
it's
did it?
full.
Why did he flip it like that? What did that mean?
Because it'll never leave you now. It's a good artistic device. Don't you think?
What will never leave you? The hate.
The heart from your hate, like that line is gonna stay with you because
Yeah.
it's so uncommon.
I feel like he meant something by it. Rip the heart from your hate. That means
Maybe she's so emotional with her hate. You know? Like, when is it ever gonna dissipate? You know, you say like you do something with all your heart.
yeah.
You're on 10. So maybe the heart from your hate is like, when are you gonna stop hating me on 10? Like, when are you?
Yeah, well, my thought was usually it's rip the hate from your heart, and your heart like takes up the most of it, and the hate is like a small piece. But when he flipped it, maybe it was the majority of what's inside of her is hate, and he wants to rip that little piece of heart from the hate. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's mostly hate and just a little bit of heart.
Yeah.
You know?
Whoa, you're on fire. I think that's what it means. What do you rate the song? You said you give it a 9.8.
7.
7? I give it an 8. Good song. Been out.
Sorry out.
Gone.
Maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, but I've been silent for far too long. Maybe you were right, maybe I should go, but I've been silent for far too long. What will it take?